Hey y'all, I just did my makeup. I've been sick. Not really, like I just got sick yesterday, but we're fighting through it. I've just been in such a slump, honestly. The rain, the rain. It's just nonstop rain. The sun came out a little bit yesterday. That was really nice. But it's just rain, rain, rain. All day, day, day. And the rain drains me because I'm so connected to it. See, I'm sick. It's so sad. But I still got ready. Oh my gosh. I cut a little bang. If you're banging, don't just ignore that. Guys, I cut a little bang and I actually love it. I'm so happy I did it. I was almost not gonna do it. And it feels really weird cutting off my hair because I haven't cut it in so long. A little bit of the hair, but it's just so cut. I mean, it's really long too, but it's just so crazy. This hair used to be attached right here. And it's crazy how cutting little bangs actually really helps shape your face, frame your face. And I feel like I definitely love that and need that. And they're super easy to style. I literally just wet them, wrap, and then like curl them up with a like pin I have and toilet paper, and then clip it. I'll show you how I do it. Yeah, I'll show you how I style them. But when I take them out, they're like super curly, and then they just like loosen, obviously. But yeah, I just also love how they're like, these are the only areas that are really short instead of still layering, because I like my hair really long and like in one force, you know. So yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out, and it's exciting to see if I'll do any more little hairstyling and add some more. I don't know, but yeah, that's been fun. There she goes.
It's not really coming out too well.
Meow. Meow. That is not supposed to happen. Oh my god, it hasn't even been raining today, really. And that's like worse than how it looked when it was raining a lot. This is crazy, guys. This is really crazy. So much rock and sediment and water being moved. Wow, it's so crazy. This is gonna change things so much. Wow. Oh my god. Hey y'all, hi friends, it's me, Annalise, and it's been a long time since I filmed a YouTube video, and the reason for that is because my sound quality has been really bad on my phone. And I finally bought a microphone. So this is a crazy, awesome next step for me in my YouTube journey. My journey just speaking and spreading hope, spreading ideas that I think are beneficial to the collective consciousness, the collective narrative. So yeah, do you guys love the sound quality? It sounds really good, right? So I'm really happy I did that. It's a great, like, I need to do more things like this where it's like tangible evidence that I'm leveling up, you know, what I'm trying to achieve. Because it feels really good. It's like for the longest time, I just didn't want to spend the money on a mic. And I finally did. And it's like, girl, it wasn't even that much. It was $50, which is a lot, but in the grand scheme, that's just an investment, you know? But there are a lot of things that have been on my mind to talk about lately. And I want to start off with the No King's Day protest because I remember I was in California the last time one was held. And I went to it with my boyfriend and his mom. Sorry, I'm actually getting hot. I'm going to take this sweatshirt off. But we just went for a little bit. And it's really nice seeing people who have the same, you know, goals as you. They're against the system. They want, you know, change. And reading the signs and seeing the ideas is also really nice. But one of the things that I noticed during that protest, or I just always like, because it's called No King's Day, and I'm like, yeah, for sure, but that's like, you know, the least, you know, like I feel like we could have called it something else that's a lot more revolutionary, but I feel like it's just denying the existence of a much, much broader, greater scale of problems, you know? So, yeah, and yeah, so this most recent No King's Day protest was on the weekend, which there was like also backlash for that because it's like it's not even during a work day to disrupt the system, which I also agree with. It's like there just needs to be so many more protests planned well and have a lot of action behind them, way more than are happening. But it is also like just the reality. A lot of people aren't able to miss any pay because they're living so. Sorry. I've also been a little bit sick. That's why I haven't been filming. But a lot of people aren't able to risk not being paid for a day of work because that will financially put them in a very bad place. So it's just part of the greater system, you know, like keeping people fighting for the minimum wage that they can get, and you know they're still fighting for that because that's being trying to be stripped from them too. So I feel like holding it on a weekend day can be beneficial so that more people can actually come out to support, but I definitely see the argument for that.
Yeah, I feel like we just as a collective need to be organizing more, because I feel like so much of the narrative is pushed on us that we don't have power, when in reality we have a lot of power. I feel like we do together. Like, just small actions together. Like, if we actually did them, and I know it's scary. Like, it's scary for me to skip out on pay because I need that pay to pay my rent, to feed myself. But things like that where we can collectively gather as a community to support each other. If we are, missing pay from going to a protest, taking your money out of, the World Banks, just a lot of actions like that. I feel like we can make a really, really great impact. And I feel like it's also super obvious the importance of technology and how, like, critical it is, especially with energy. And it's like we have access to that. A lot of platforms like TikTok are now owned by really evil people who are censoring our voices. But if we move, to other platforms, other group chats, it's like we still have a really strong power in, in gathering and in organizing. So I don't think we should say that we don't have power, because I feel like we do have an extreme amount of power together. So that's a way I've been hopeful lately.
After all those people leave, I'm gonna go look down there. Can I try this? The GB special.
And yeah, it's just, over consuming anything is not beneficial. I get stuck in these like loops on Instagram of like, news videos and how corrupt everything is, which is like really important for me sometimes to engage in that, because I feel like it really fuels me, and it, like, in a way, even though it's like such horrible information, it really, like, I don't know, it brings awareness to me that I have a responsibility here on earth, and my life isn't pointless because I can create impact and awareness about the things that are happening. So yeah, in a way, it's just being informed and not you know, letting it motivate you instead of make you feel hopeless. So, yeah, those are some topics I've really been thinking about lately. Also, I think being on the line a lot gets you just got to be really careful, and you got to go outside and ground yourself and realize that, be in the present moment. Like, in the present moment, nothing is harming me, and I'm at peace, and I can find, I can meditate and see the truth of everything. So moments like that are really, really important during these times, not feeding the machine, taking a break from it, taking time for yourself, doing things that are not part of capitalist society, like painting and doing art, and just meditating and being there for your loved ones. Every little action like that is really important during times like these.
consciousness.
And yeah, I also saw this video and it just kind of was really interesting to me that I wanted to share. And it was basically like these really high elites were changing frequencies of like music and sounds that like we're accustomed to and like hearing all the time. And like there's science that suggests and proves that certain frequencies promote healing, certain frequencies do the opposite. And basically they're pushing a really destructive frequency through sound and music and just like, you know, the waves, because we're all energy, we're all currents. Right before World War II, I think. And I just really feel like that's really an important piece of information too, because it's like when we're so locked in on all the negative and like listening and feeling those frequencies, in a way we are bringing more of that into the world and we are like giving it reality. So it's really important to tune your own frequency and be mindful of that. And yeah, just be really mindful of how you're engaging with yourself and the world, because I feel like that has a bigger impact than a lot of us realize. You know, like a big thing with me and my artwork is this collective consciousness feeling. You know, this like wisdom and just knowing, this intellect that we all share. And it's like one person really feeding themselves and nurturing themselves and understanding themselves is contributing to the greater collective, to where others are more easily able to find that energy, tune in, and feel the same. So yeah, it's just really, as much as it is important to be informed and, you know, collect and organize to break down these systems and get, you know, evil people out of power, it's also really important to just gather and build up that energy together. I've been calling it love harnessing. I'm like, I'll be at work or I'll be, you know, just in my room and I'm like, okay, wait, I'm just gonna like harness a bunch of love right now. And I do. And it really just helps. And I feel like that energy is also expanded into the universe more when I do that.